Hey you there, welcome back to Risk View Award. Today we're going to be talking about why news is essential to look at when you're day trading and swing trading. Long-term investments may be a little bit different, but for day trading you definitely want to maximize the news to help you maximize profits and minimize your losses. So let's get into it. All right, so we're in my chart here. We're actually in OXY. So this was a play that I actually swung from yesterday, and I'm going to show you why. So yesterday, this thing was at 63.50 in the pre-market. It was kind of holding that pre-market bottom there, and it actually started to go all the way up all day. Then the news came out that Warren Buffett had a allowance to buy 50% of this company if he wanted to. So that made this thing absolutely run parabolic. Now, if you look here, you have some key levels right here. You have this key level here, and these lines up here are actually key levels as well. Like I said, the dotted lines are just alerts so I can know what's going on and pay attention to how this thing is moving if it does anything funky, right? But we have this key level here. So basically, the news comes out, and basically it's bullish news, right? So that's what, at least that's what the market thinks. So the markets think that it's bullish news. So, you know, a counter trend trader like myself, I still tried to short here because I figured the short was a line in the sand at this level. I mean, 1, 2, 3, multiple bumps in this area to just fall short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 virtually tries here and a failure. So I thought this was a line in the sand. I actually took this short, got ran over, and then I actually was able to get the short somewhere up here. Now, what's the interesting fact about this is that don't try to counter trend something that has really, really awesome news, because if something's parabolic like this, like I tell you guys all the time, I'm a counter trend trader. I do counter trend. That's how I make my money. I'm most profitable that way. But when you look at these charts and you're seeing, let's just go to the hour and that'll help. When you're seeing something run as parabolic, like somebody would have probably tried to short here. Somebody would have probably tried to short here. Other people would have tried to short here, got ran over, and then, probably my next level was somewhere up at 73, 74. So I wouldn't even have tried it here. But this just goes to show you have to let it settle down, right? So whenever there's good news and it's going, go with that news if you can. So if you miss this whole run up right here, that's fine, because now you could just wait, let us settle, and try to wait for consolidation or some levels that can be key and levels that can help you or zones that can help you. Now, I've talked to you guys about how to trade OXY all the way anyways, how it just goes, it'll run parabolic one day, get out of the zone and get into the next zone and basically settle down. It basically did that. It just did it on a really, really more exclusive level. It will usually probably run parabolic here, touch the top of this right here, and then start to come back in, and it'll be in this zone instead of being down here in this zone, right? So pay attention to the news, because if you were just feeling bearish on this thing, you like, I'm gonna short and then I'm gonna add and then I'm gonna add and then I'm gonna add and then I'm gonna add. Now you're discouraged. Now you're like, man, I now you're stopping out the top and you're like, man, I just fumbled that. Why did this keep going up? And you're not even aware that it just had a positive catalyst. It's a very, very bad way to trade. So always keep some type of stock notifications, Bazinga, Bloomberg, I don't know, some type of media. You can even watch live day trading shows, and those things have news on them that are basically live news. You'll probably be 10, 20 seconds behind most of the time, and you'll be able to understand, okay, that's what's going on. Let me cut my losses. Let me wait for this to run, and I could try to short again at another time. All right, so then we're going to talk about today's pick. We're going to jump over to Pinduoduo, and then we're going to talk about, how news affects basically again, right? So the market today, the market fell off 300 points, right? 300 points on the NASDAQ, right? Pull down 300 points on the NASDAQ. Now, when you look at this chart, you cannot tell the NASDAQ went down 300 points. It's no way, right? So it went down 300 points on the NASDAQ, right? So when you look at this chart, you're like, no way it went down. But this thing had news on it, right? This thing had news. This thing said, news came out, hey, Pinduoduo is going to have an expansion in North America. Cool, right? So guess what happens? Right off the pre-market low, it bounced right off that level. Now, let me show you something. Let's switch to the 3-minute chart. Because you're on the 3-minute chart here. It bounces off this pre-market level here. It goes up. It flushes back down to this pre-market level here on good news. And then it opens up here. So you had 3 opportunities that you could have actually used, right? So what would be your risk to reward? Where you see it's obeying this pre-market, this previous day low, right? The previous day low here with the post-market bottom. I apologize. Guess what? You could have gave this thing. You could have gave this thing to 50. Bought it somewhere between 60 and 70. Gave this thing to 50 cent or below 50 cent. You could have even said, you gave it 15, 20 cent to make this whole move, right? That whole move, that 15, 20 cent that you're risking, you just got what? Almost almost $2 here, right? So your risk to reward on this thing is phenomenal, okay? Off of good news. This is why it's important to play the news, right? This is why it's important to look at the news. If the news comes out, play the news, right? So I actually got a short. As you know, I'm counter trend. If I would have seen the long, I would have got the long. I didn't get the long. I missed it. I was trading something else. I think I was trading OXY. So I missed this, right? So I didn't get the long. That's okay. I seen this wick off top on the 3. And then I seen a huge wick off top on the 5. When this candle came in, I actually got short around here, right? I actually got short here, and I took this thing down all the way to the bottom. Now, as you can see, it's consolidation. So what did I do? I said, I'm going to get some out here at this bottom. I did get 75% of what I had out for that quick scalp, right? And then I actually put me a stop order to not break even, almost break even, somewhere around like 19. Yeah, somewhere around 9s, actually. So I put me a stop order here that was greater shares than the shares that I had. So it would automatically just flip me long, right? For the breakout. Guess what? I seen a consolidation setting up. I put my stop out. It canceled. It basically closed my position that I had short, opened me a long position. Guess what? I got this whole move off of the breakout, right? So I got this whole move off of the breakout. As you can see, broke this level that is consolidating that, and it absolutely went parabolic. And then guess what I got out? I got out 49 evens, right? So I got some out at 49 evens or right around 48.90s. So with slippage and stuff, right? I did not counter trend this in this retrospect because I believe this thing could have went way farther, right? So my read on it was still good. It still hit the significant level, came back in under it, and yeah, I could have flipped short, but I got out what I had, and then this thing absolutely tanked. And guess what? I would have played the long had it been not so late in the day. So I didn't play this long because usually I'm a loser when it's like the last hour left in the day. I'm usually a loser, so I leave trades alone. And it's about knowing how to play these news type of events. Because the news was so positive, I was like, okay, this thing failed here, so let's go ahead and get short, but I'm gonna scalp it out because it's good news on it. I know Pinduoduo can run you clean over, hence this is exactly what happens. So it's about knowing the stock, about knowing the news, and then basically trading what the market is giving to you at this particular time. Because you guys know I don't like going long that much. I'm a short counter trend trader. That's me. I'm bearish. I'm always bearish. But when the longs speak to you, get in the long side. When the short speak to you, get in on the short, right? So I took those two trades, made some good quality money today. Actually up pretty decent. Happy today with the results. All right, so that's all I have for you today. That's basically how I would trade news. Trade it off of key levels. As always, if you're going to counter trend, let that joint calm down, let some levels set in, and then take your trade from there, because you'll always have more opportunities. There are always going to be more opportunities for these stocks to come in and come out. Okay, so if you do like this content, go ahead, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to see more content like this, and also follow me on social media, Big Head Stocks. And like always, I will see you in the next one.